What's up? I'm Tony. I'm here in beautiful El Cajon. We're living the dream. It's paradise. It's the middle of March. Loving it. This is a little song I wrote. I want to dedicate it to a local musician. Guy named Peter. He was actually on this show once with his cohorts, making incredible time. And Peter, this song's for you. We only sang the songs that we wanted to hear. Some nights I remember well, a lot of them aren't so clear. Never thought we'd have to stop. Right on time, real life showed up and we tried to keep her out, but she kicked in the fucking door. Peter, I understand. Nobody really wants to be a company man. Just wanna get back in the van, fucking play until you die. Peter, I understand. We didn't come here to sell out to the man. Even though it wasn't part of the plan, it doesn't mean it's the end. Cause we'll always have chords 1, 4, 5. We'll always have the truth on our side. We'll never forget when we were at our best, no matter who signs our fucking checks. Just like they cannot take away those crazy nights from Boston to LA, San Jose, breaking hearts and guitar strings along the way. Peter, I understand. Nobody really wants to be a company man. You just wanna get back in the van, fucking play until you die. Peter, I understand. We didn't come here to sell out to the man. And even though it wasn't part of the plan, it doesn't mean it's the end. Maybe there's an island somewhere. They talk shit and dye their hair. Sit and blast the op IV. They talk about how great things are gonna be. And there was a time I would've liked to live there. They act cool but say they don't care. But now I understand. Eventually they all just wash away. They all just wash away. And they all just wash away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's alright to tell me that you think I'm crazy. I won't try to argue, but Peter, I'm so proud of you. Peter, you understand. Sometimes you gotta go and be a company man. Just make sure you get back in the van, fucking every single time. Peter, you understand. Sometimes you gotta go and sell out to the man. Just know it's not part of the plan, and it doesn't mean it's the end. 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 Oh no, no, Peter, no. It's not the end. Oh no, no, Peter, no. You're still my best friend. Oh, Peter. Which is, I mean, I guess that's kind of weird if you don't know Peter. You've never met him, but he's definitely a song-worthy guy. Peter, that one was for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter George is like one of my best friends of all time. We grew up back in Massachusetts together, and we moved to California together, and that was Tarnation. That was 2006. about 16 years ago come February, I reckon. So that's, Peter and I go way back is what I'm trying to say, and we share a strong bond from back east, you know. I used to be in their band, MIT. We used to be called 12 Cent. I played the piano in there, and you're probably thinking to yourself, can't really picture MIT with a piano player. Well, now you see why I'm playing by myself. Just kidding, I love those guys forever, forever. But yeah, we're thick as thieves from back east. That's why we all still talk like total schmucks, like Mark Wahlberg and stuff together, yeah. Yeah, love me some Peter. That song is completely tongue-in-cheek. Peter's thriving now. That was written, you know, at a time when perhaps we were on the precipice of early middle age and wondering which directions to go as professional musicians and such.
He's a company man now.
No, he's an MIT man now. You can see. So I don't want to take credit. I don't want to take credit for the whole entire concept of MIT as a band. But let me just say, like, I wrote a song calling Peter a company man, and like he started taking his band, making way more songs and stuff. So like, oh, yeah. Hey, I'm just throwing that out there, like, you know.
It's on you.
It's on me. I'm the guy behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
That's why you never see me.
Yeah.
Also the worst member of the San Diego music scene, so it's okay. Now I have the excuse of never being at shows because I work on the road. Like before it was just like because I was a shut-in and a hermit. But now it's like, oh, I'm in fucking Kentucky. What do you want me to do? I can't make it to Brick by Brick tonight, guys. What's up? So that helps. That's been actually a good way to justify never leaving my house when I'm around. Well, people like never seeing me be like, what have you been up to? I'm like,
Or fucking COVID, right? I feel like COVID was that reason.
Well, COVID was crazy, man. Like, you want to talk about losing your job, like roadies, man. We were done ski real hard. It's good to be back doing that again, though. But like, I don't know, I want to have a summer in San Diego. I'm sick of always working on the road all summer. Like, this is beautiful, man. Like, sometimes you forget. COVID was great for that. Like, I got to have the whole year and be like, oh, yeah, right. San Diego is the shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this city. This goes to everybody listening to this show from San Diego, right? I travel for work. I go around the whole country all the time, the whole world. 6 continents I've done shows on, fucking 100 countries. You're paying the sunshine tax for a reason. San Diego's paradise on Earth. There's no other spot on planet Earth. Anywhere. I'm telling you. I've been to all of them. This is the spot. Fucking love it here.
Specifically El Cajon, the anus of San Diego.
I mean, if this is the worst place...
See if we can capture this.
This is the worst place, dude? Come on now. Come on now.
The box, baby.
You're only 40 minutes away from the water.
Yeah.
It's chill.
It's chill here.
Dude, I love this city. I'm never going anywhere. Never losing my accent, but I'm also never leaving, so sorry. I'll just say this. I'll say, like, I've worked personally for 5 artists who do the Super Bowl. Like, that's like the level of the artist I work for. Like,
Running sound.
Yeah. For like those kind of, that level of events. So like, it's cool. Like, but you know what, Troy, I gotta tell you, I don't listen to music anymore because now it's what I do for work. And what's kind of the thing that I tell a lot of people is that I've been asked this question before, like, who is your dream musician to work for? And maybe this is just a cynical asshole in me, excuse me. But my response to this question when I get it is this. There is no assembly of musicians, alive or dead, that you could put on a stage that I would particularly be excited to work for. If you reassembled all the dead members of the Beatles and let Jimi Hendrix play lead, I'd be like, cool, not interested. That sounds like fun for people who like to do that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Like, I never identify hard with that side of my life because, like, I work with those guys, like, guys that actually get, like, stoked on the show. They're like, dude, you see this? I'm like, yeah, I know, I play music, too. It's fucking whatever. Like, let's talk about the next show. Sorry, I sound like such a prick. Such a cynical jerk. I'm sorry.
Would you say jaded?
I would say, like,
or is that the wrong term?
I'm just super jaded. You just, like, you just realize, like, all right, let me put it this way. Here's why, right? I have worked for bands that I really like.
Who are a couple of those?
Okay, I got to be part of a team that did sound for Frank Turner, who is, like, not so well known here, but over in the UK, he's gigantic, and he's like, if you're an ex-aging punk rocker who's like in that position where you're like, do I get more tattoos? Do I become a barber? Do I start trading cryptocurrency? If you're that age and in that mindset, listen to Frank Turner. You'll relate to a lot of his shit. Anyway, I got to do sound for him. He was It was him and Chuck Reagan from Hot Water Music, and they were both opening for Flogging Molly. And at, what is that, down there in SDSU? The open air theater they got?
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. This is what being a roadie is like, working for your favorite artist. And I'm telling you, bro, I'm down with Frank from the jump. From like 06. I've cried to his shit. He's one of the only people I've ever been like starstruck about, ever. And it's funny because he's like the opening act strumming his acoustic guitar, right? So all day I'm working for him. I'm like, am I gonna say something to him? Am I gonna be like, Frank, like your music's so good?
Fanboy out a little bit.
Fanboy out a little bit. Am I gonna let myself do it? Because like, if you're that kind of person, you won't last. Like, everybody's got their thing, of course. And I'm like sitting there and I'm just like, but like, he's so nice, you know, like the dude does lots of interviews. If he somehow heard me say this, that'd be hilarious. But he's like the nicest dude. He's always posy all the time, posy, like, and you're like, cool, like, I bet meeting that dude is like a fucking party all the time. Like, he's just ready to hang, right? And I'm like coming out of catering and he's like sitting there playing his guitar, right? Like by himself. And I'm just like, this is like out of a goddamn movie, you know, like he's my favorite artist of all time. I'm doing his sound. I'm like, all right, dude, like, you're gonna break your rule. Here we go. Let's go talk to Frank. Like, that's your boy. And as I'm like walking up to him, right, he shoots me this look. And I don't want to say it was intentional because I don't think he's this kind of guy. But he gave me this look that was like, if you ask me one question, I'm gonna fucking stab you. I'm gonna break this guitar over your head if you even try to talk to me. And like, you know, we all make faces while we play and stuff. Like, it might have just been that, but like,
right.
That's like my starstruck artist I work for. Like, I've had to tell like Eric Clapton to get the fuck out of my way when I'm loading out before. Like, I don't care about like that kind of shit. But like,
wow,
dude, Frank, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. And that was when I learned that lesson real hard. I never said anything to him.
Never talked to him?
Had a great show. Thank you, goodbye. I actually got to mix Chuck Reagan, so that was super fun.
Rad.
And yeah, that's like when cool stuff happens. But otherwise, you wind up working for like, you know, my first artist I ever went on tour with was Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach.
Wow.
Which is not my go-to genres of music. I'll just lay that out there. But you know, it's a good time out there on the road sometimes. If anybody's thinking about getting into it, money's real good right now. You should probably give it a shot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite local venue. My favorite local venue is Winston's. I love Winston's in OB.
Good sound?
Love Winston's in OB. Yes, great sound team there. And then I haven't been in there since they restarted doing it, but some of the best shows I've ever played are at the Soma side stage. Love the Soma side stage. But Winston's was always like the go-to. People would see it or know it, and I'd invite them to a show there, and they're like, really? Like, if they're not doing the Electric Waistband, I don't know what's going on there. And I'm like, trust me. I love Winston's. It always sounds great on stage. Props to Winston's.
Winston's is good.
Like, Winston's is like 710 Beach Club.
Yeah.
Like, going down there is where I like kind of cut my teeth. And then rest in peace, PB Cantina. Granted, it was like, most people only know it as a, you know, another bar on the beach we can get 2-for-1s. But like, on Monday nights, it was a very special community there. So rest in peace, PB Cantina crew. Now fondly at the local. But, you know, it was a special time at PBC. I'm gonna I'm like weirdly, when it comes to like shout outs and stuff with like stuff that I endorse, I kind of get real specific. So it's rather than endorse bands because I don't know who's playing, who's not, I will say this. I will say that 2 of my favorite songs that have ever been written, that I've ever seen performed or heard anywhere, have come out of this city from local punk bands. One of them is a band, I mean, they still play, they're called The Rough now. But they used to play a band called Save Amos.
Yep, Drew Smith.
Yes, Drew.
I saw them yesterday at the holding company.
Yeah, right. Like
with your boys Punch Card too, probably,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, love Punch Card. Love all those guys.
What's the song you're referring to?
Fucking, they have a song, all right, called The Usual, right? This is a throwback. It is a song called The Usual. It is from Save Amos's, I think it was their EP. It came out like, I'm just gonna be, it's like it came out like fucking a decade ago now at this point. But listen to me right now, all listeners of Palapalooza. If you listen to that song, it is one of my favorite vocal performances I've ever heard in the history of my life. And I love Drew for that. The final verse of the song, The Usual by Save Amos, is absolute musical perfection. And And then my other favorite goddamn jam and band coming out of San Diego that just always puts out the bangers is Matt Casket. I mean, whatever he's fucking doing.
Yeah.
I love Matt Casket.
And the Breaks.
The Breaks now. Right. Matt Casket and the Breaks. Casket's previous works, I loved when they just went by that name. I'm super out of touch with everything they've made since then. But Life on Ridgeview Drive by Casket, they made a wonderful music video. I actually made a cover of that song. God damn, that song is absolute perfection. It's one of the best songs that's ever been fucking written, ever. Those two. So, I don't know who's playing shows anymore, but just go goddamn stream those two songs, for fuck's sake. Those are my endorsements.
That's a great fucking answer.
I mean, it's like weird. I'm not good at the whole band thing because then they'll be like, oh, you know, how come you never go to any shows? And I'm like, because I'm a fucking manic depressive who never leaves his house.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, I don't want to like be like one of those kind of things where they're like, oh, you like that band? And I'm like, no. But while I'm sitting at home not at shows, I'm listening to those two songs, okay?
I will back you on the rough, dude, 100%. I think Drew Smith is one of the better songwriters in the city, 100%.
Absolutely. And just so always there, always going for it, always moving. And seeing them get more recognition lately is, I love it, man. Yeah. I love it.
They got nominated last year, and they have members from Avenue Army playing with them, who's nominated this year, so yeah.
That's been the hottest part about like being on the road is like there's so much spectacular stuff happening here that I don't get to participate in.
Right.
You know, but it's also like one of the things like, you know, when I used to live in PB, I never went to the goddamn beach, but then you move to North County and you're like, oh, I miss the beach. You know, so like, you know, rose-colored glasses and all that. But no, it's a spectacular time in the local San Diego scene, and I need to put some shit out, Troy. I gotta sort it out, man.
We're putting shit out as we speak.
We are.
We got cameras pointed at you and everything.
Beautiful.
Cameras and mics on you.
Beautiful. I just want to put out all that music that has just been brewing and percolating inside me while I've been stuck on the road. So, like, however that's going to manifest itself, like, my grand communication with the world, the next chapter of it is coming at some point. Like, you know, I'm always... Like, my real goal in 5 years, man, is just to find my proper voice where I'm communicating my ideas properly. I still don't even feel like I found that, you know. So, like, actual, tangible, high-minded goals, man, I don't know. Hopefully not to be breaking my back on the road anymore is goal number one. Bringing back from the dead, dude, MCA from the Beastie Boys. Easy, real quick answer.
Boom.
He's, like, the only person who, like, passed away in like art and culture where I was like had to be like, oh man, like I might have to leave work early today, this is pretty fucked up, you know. So like for sure him, and that's for more than just the music, obviously. He's a great guy, but yeah, that's probably choice number one. Huge closet Beastie Boys fan. Oh man, follow me on the Instagram. I'm always out there chronicling my road adventures. I will say right now, sometimes people think that when I'm out there, like, posting pictures of shows, that those are shows I'm playing. I'm not playing those fucking shows. I don't want you to think that I'm playing arenas with 50,000 people in them, because that is absolutely not the case. And if anybody ever thinks...
But
that's the way. No, but I love it, dude. Well, yeah, but
running
like,
stage and house sound, right?
I'm not the fucking guy. Like I could
but
be
dude,
anybody.
That's still amazing, bro. I'm gonna give you props. You're being modest. I mean, that's incredible.
Maybe,
it really is.
But yeah, I'm always trying to chronicle the adventures of the roadie in the era of COVID and everything else. We have, you know, it's fun out there, and follow me. So occasionally, I even put out music. Occasionally, but no, we're. The list is long. This was like the first of like 50 songs I have to go through, and that part of... See, that's the other side about caring what you put out, right? Like, it used to be just finishing a song was such a mental fucking minefield that, like, when you're done, you just put it out. You're just like, oh, whatever.
Right.
There it is. Like, okay, my song Australopithecus.
Mm-hmm.
I have a video for it. It's like the thing that I worked the hardest on, the most hardest I've ever worked on anything. It was like my magnum opus, right? Took years to come out. Years to record it. Fucking, it's like the best thing I've ever made. Like my local, her name is Veronica Quinn. She shot the whole thing. Dude. She worked with me. Her and Skylar Lutz. Skylar Lutz piloted the drone in the video. I mean, this was like, you know, this was like my thing. Like, you know, when you tell yourself, you're like, once I put that out, like, fucking, that's it, right, bro? And then I put it out, and like I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, dude, this song's not even good. Why didn't anybody tell me that the song isn't even good? I put in all this work. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know, back in the day, it was just like, it's finished, get it out, make a video, do it. You know, who knows when you'll have the mental capacity to put something out. Right. But then it was like, the other side of it is now I'm like a super perfectionist where I'm like, oh, I got to write 50 songs, be like, these two are too similar, this one has to go, this one doesn't fit with the times, this one is a little outside of our genre, you know. So, like, hopefully the music is worth it is what I'm trying to say. Right. For the last thing I put out was, you know, 4 years ago, and that was with Peter Duff from Hard to Hit. And it was mostly just because he made me sound so good I couldn't hold on to it.
He's great.
He's absolutely brilliant engineer. I love Peter.
Do you want to shout out your band or any like band members that assist you, back you up, or are you a solo guy?
I mean, I'm mostly a solo guy. I have another fellow roadie who plays drums for me. His name's Jacob Lamb. He's wonderful, and he's like my go. He plays drums on anything you hear me with drums on it. That's not old stuff with MIT. Is with Jacob, and then Peter is once again. I wrote a goddamn song about him. The kid's like my backbone forever. I love the shit out of that kid. Tom and Brian and all them, everybody, and then the homies Mike and Punch Card and Brian and Hardly Human and all those guys. Like, you know, I never come out. I'm a shadowy ghost in the local punk rock scene, but I see all the work everybody's doing. I need everybody to know I really appreciate it. I fucking love it because I'm not gonna do it. Obviously, I'm gonna sit in my home and be a weirdo. But no, I see it all and I love it, and I love what we got going on here in San Diego. It's brilliant.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice having you, brother.
Troy, it's great being here.
This was fun.
Yeah. It's been a long road. It's been a long road. It's been a long road we traveled together. You know, I don't know